Hello everybody and welcome back to Aurora 4X. I of course am Siberian, and today we're going to see if we can get a salvage ship over to Southport to clean up some of those wrecks. They should already be in Ipswich. They might be in Bendigo, but they're already en route. So we're going to see salvage fleet. There we go. Yeah, so they're in Bendigo at the moment. They are 162 days out. So we'll see how far we get. Okay, so we had just finished Railgun Launch Velocity 5 to give us additional range on our railguns, which is going to come in handy once we're actually designing additional railguns. Well, we're currently waiting to basically just find any aliens in the systems that we are exploring. So we'll wait. We are, of course, also building a new salvage ship. A nice, significantly improved one, which is going to come in very, very handy. Okay, we've got 2 new echidnas, which is awesome. How are we doing on the rest of our ship construction? We have almost completed our 2 Joeys. We've got 2 Camelbacks coming up, and then the Salvager not long after that. So Lightning Dragon is almost halfway done. Almost halfway done. Castle and Citadel we are going to just leave in the shipyard group at this time. We shall rearrange them once we we haven't actually assigned the ship to them. We'll rearrange them once we have got crew on there. I do actually need to assign some crew members though. Officers. Warship. Oh, we actually got a couple of cacti and echidna that are without an officer. Okay, run auto sign. And okay, I've got a new jump point in Ballarat. That's fine. Survey ships can continue. We are not in any rush there. Considering perhaps upgrading them and sending out new survey ships, but apart from having them survey systems faster, I don't really know how much it'll actually do, how much actual good it'll do. Because like at the moment, like are there any systems that we are not surveying? Like Darwin we could potentially be surveying, but apart from that, we got peeps in Sydney, we got peeps in Berlin, Ballarat, Elizabeth, Broken Hill, Fremantle, Geelong, and Bunbury. So basically everywhere where there is a jump point to go through, maybe out through Southport, but don't want to explore through there in case we trigger anybody that might be coming through, because that system is extraordinarily vulnerable. So yeah, but yeah, everywhere where we could potentially be exploring, we kind of already are. So I'm just going to wait for exploration. Like I said, we could make it faster, but that's about the only benefit we'll actually get. Getting surveyed. That's a very large system. Okay. More processing. Looks like we're going to get a good turn out of this. Alright, so we've got mineral shortages, civilian constructions. Oh, right. There is something I want to do. Where's taxi? Where's that taxi? So still in the asteroid miner group. Where is it? Where the hell is a taxi? Seriously, where the hell is a taxi? I know we didn't lose it. Did I do something stupid with the taxi? Hang on. Ah, bloody hell. I'm thinking of a different game. Don't have a taxi in here. Okay. I'm thinking of the stream game. Oh, that was a waste of time. Right. So let's grab a... No, that's busy. Let's grab one of the wyverns. You'll do. Arrow. Grab you. And what we're going to do is we are going to absorb all of these harvesters. So that they're not sucking up all of our fuel. Should get a nice little economy boost as well out of it. It's basically free minerals. Okay. Off we go. Hopefully nothing stupid happens to it. Now, let me just quickly double check to make sure that we are actually absorbing and not... Yes, all absorbing, good. Now, most of these are going to be at Uranus, and we are going to be able to absorb most of them in one go, I believe. So, now here's the thing, right? We have a mineral shortage of neutronium at Melbourne. Do we actually have... I'm pretty sure we did send a... Yeah, we did. We got Melbourne Supply heading out there. Okay, that's fine. We got the Terraform Fleet heading out. We got the ore runners shuffling ore and supplies. We got busy. We got Shoalwater heading out to do some gate building, I guess. We should be collecting a couple here. Almost. One more should do it. Got people mover moving. And behind it all, we're going to have an absolute mountain of civilian ships moving as well. Okay. Heavy assault battalion trained in Australia. Perfect. We have a nice little armory building up. That is good. Alright. Arrow, how many have you absorbed? A lot. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to select all of these guys. I'm going to split these guys off. I'm actually going to move them separately to Australia. No default, no conditional. Move them separately to Australia, and we are going to unload 90% fuel, because just in case, because there's 17 million liters in here, and we produce 29, almost 30 actually. So what this basically means is that it takes only 6 months to fill up full tanks. Now, potentially, if we had a tanker in here, it could put it into the tanker. I'm not sure. I expected it should be able to do that. Just fill up a tanker, but like at the end of the day, hang on, we got firings after 6 years. I thought we turned off auto assign. Yeah, we did turn off auto assign. Oh well. A little bit more. Yeah, the reason why I broke these guys off is so that Arrow can get out, can zip over nice and quick. It's going to take 40 days to get back to Australia, but Arrow can zip over in a day and a half, well, 2 days. So it's going to be a lot faster to grab the rest of them if we get Arrow to do it by itself. Having a fuel harvester as well can be a really good way of running a forward operating tanker. So if you want to keep a long range like a patrol or a station or anything like that operational, but it needs to be able to move and refuel. But you don't want to be shipping tankers all the way back from a far rear base. You can use harvesters that will supply enough fuel. The idea behind it is that they have a that they basically produce and hold, or at least produce enough fuel to cover the running costs of all of your ships stationed at the forward base. So that would be, I don't know, probably the ideal option would be to figure out how much fuel your fleet has, how long they expect to be out there, and then be able to collect that much fuel within that period. So that way, you know that by the time they run around and done their tour, they will have a fully stocked fuel supply. I believe Aurora has picked up one ship. Okay. Split you off. Move to. Unload. No default, no conditional. 22. Where the hell are you going for 22? 20. Oh, right, because it still has the old fuel speed. The one thing you should not do is put orbital maintenance or anything like that onto a fuel harvester, because you can't put a colony on a gas giant and the fuel harvester can't operate anywhere except on a gas giant, and a maintenance facility only operates above colony. So essentially, only one of those actual module sets will ever actually be able to operate at any one time. So you want them split into two different ships, and you want one to be sitting on the gas giant and one to be sitting on the nearby colony, and then you have best of both worlds. They launched another fuel harvester. Oh well. Biggest advantage of all these ships is that they all have engines. Now they're only commercial engines, but there's a lot of them, and you know, engines are engines, and engines can be scrapped for gallicite. So I'm okay with that. Okay. Now hopefully it'll stop complaining at me. Just keep turning it off and it keeps turning itself back on. Okay. Aurora should almost be grabbing the rest of them. Oh no, it already has grabbed them. Okay. How many is that? Should not be a production cycle. Hopefully it's something interesting at least. Alright, here we go. Arrow, there you are. Yeah, that's a lot of ships. Okay, split off. Australia, move to unload fuel. And back in here. Arrow, yep. You're heading back. We're going to refuel you from the colony. And we are going to join shipyard. Now we can run 5 days again. And yes, I do know that they just recently built a new fuels harvester, but it's one. At least they're not draining several million liters of fuel per year. Because that's the other annoying thing, right? When you have long-term harvesters, you want them to be harvested at a reasonable rate, and then you want them to be able to store like 3, 4, 5, 10 years of actual harvest capacity, so that you go over there like maybe once a year, right? Or once every 2 years, or once every 5 years. And you just load up, suck them all dry, and then ship them all home. Because your industry should be providing most of your fuel, or at least a good amount of your fuel to support basic operation, like your freighters and stuff like that. And then your harvesters would be the ones to actually provide those burst fuel deposits. However, when you only have like 6 months of harvesting capacity, then you have to be constantly running over and picking up fuel. And when you have that many ships, it just gets so goddamn annoying. So, something to keep in mind. It's always better to have a nice big ship that harvests a good amount at a good rate, but then has a very large capacity that will let you only necessarily have to go over and collect occasionally. Because once it fills up, it's going to keep sucking down those minerals. It's going to keep mining those minerals, that thorium, even if it's full. And you do not want it to be wasting all of that lovely, lovely thorium. Oh, here comes People Mover. I guess they're back. Orbiters are back. This is their last trip, isn't it? Oh, well. I really should scrap down all the old harvesters. But one of the ships has... No, it's still processing. Okay, we got one. Let's have a look at him real quick. I guess we did not get the design. Oh well. Ooh, Joey's are very, very close to being done. Okay. You there. Scrap. Where are you? What is it? Parker. Huh. Do I not have it? There it is. And there's all the Rileys. Okay, so they're there. 12 modules, 14 modules. Yeah. So they're okay, so they're in there. But they're not in here. And it looks like they can't be scrapped. Okay. Well, there's an easy solution. we will just have to abandon them and then salvage them. And I'm going to actually find out for once whether abandoning a ship lets you salvage 100% of the materials out of it. Or at least all the components out of it. So, we'll find out. We'll find out. As soon as the salvager is built, I'm going to get it to I'm going to abandon the Parker, I guess, and get it to run salvage. I might make Venus the refinery ship graveyard. Okay. Arrow completed shore leave. Okay, nothing new, nothing special. Let's keep going. We do have Sir Walter Riley in orbit. What's he doing? I'll have to find out what he's doing, because if he's doing a an overhaul, then that's fine. But if he's just sitting there on his ass, then we can send them off somewhere useful. Okay. What are you doing? Okay, it is overhauling. That's fine. Ideally, we should probably be overhauling within a hangar, because a hangar auto overhauls, and at the moment, we are paying 4 times the maintenance cost for it. Hang on. Isn't it a Wills class? It is. Why are we overhauling a Wills class survey ship? Voyager is the latest, and even that's a little bit dated. Okay. We are... Hang on, we're not... Okay, we're not refitting it. No, we're actually overhauling it. Ridiculous. Okay. Begin the retirement of the Sir Walter Riley survey ship. It's going to take a month. It's going to be faster to scrap it than it is to just to abandon the overhaul. Oh, that's going to get annoying. Oh boy. Oh wait, hold on. I need to cancel those orders, because if those orders are still in the system when it gets scrapped, it's potentially going to throw an absolute utter hiss fit. We're probably just going to get buried under a mountain of order errors. So, yeah, okay. We're going to cancel the cancellation of the overhaul, and it can continue to overhaul for the month that it's going to take to actually scrap. Which just sounds ridiculous. Okay, cancel that. Ship construction. Okay, so our Joeys are done. Excellent. First things first, let's stick him into something useful. Now, where is our... Yeah, shipyard group. There it is. But where is our... Kanga? There it is. Okay. Where are our... We're looking for acid and absolution. Well, there's Kango. Acid, absolution, alphabetical. There it is. Alright, absolution, Kango, and acid, Kango, land, land. Now, one thing you might notice, and let me just check if that is the case. Right. So, one thing you'll notice is that the Kanga is actually landed at Fleet Base. So, it's currently docked to Fleet Base. And what we have actually done is we have just docked the Joeys to the Kanga, which is docked to Fleet Base. Now, you'll remember a while back that I said that you must never ever dock a ship that has something docked to it to another hangar. And that is correct. If we were to undock the Kanga from Fleet Base and then redock her to Fleet Base, those two Joeys would completely disappear up in smoke. However, you can dock something to something that is already docked to something else. So, that is something that you can do. However, you do need to be extremely careful because it is very possible for you to accidentally undock the carrier, then redock it, forget that your fighters are docked or that your ships are docked, and then lose all your subsequent ships. And if you have more than 3 layers of ships, then good fucking luck, because you have to remember who is docked to what, who's currently docked to what else, and then it's just going to be an absolute micro nightmare. But you can do that. So it just means when you bring your carrier in to dock, undock all your fighters, dock your carrier, then dock your fighters. So that is something that you can do. And with that, we are out of time, so I will put a break here. We should return to a regular schedule after today, so I do want to apologize that it's been a bit flaky, but yeah, so I will definitely see you tomorrow. See ya.